Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on July 22nd, 2015. Just a hair before 5 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, and just before there's going to be a launch to the space station here from Kazakhstan, Baikonur. And Paul got home in time to watch it, so that'll be fun.
I didn't know there was one scheduled.
Well, you know, I haven't been following it as rigorously and as obsessively as I have done in the past, but
It's interesting how they don't fire this one up until the last minute.
well, it's great. It's great. Well, God bless them. Hope they get up there and so forth. They dock tonight the docking coverage starts at 10 tonight, Eastern Time. I guess the docking's around maybe 10:20, 10:30. Apparently the Russian commander of the Soyuz grew up, during sort of the metal era.
The combustion chamber is being purged with pure nitrogen.
Purge, a great word.
And at this point, the International Space Station is flying directly overhead the launch pad, 250 miles.
I suppose you've got to be blown into smithereens. You may as well be listening to your tunes, huh?
The station will be out over northeast Kazakhstan. And at the time of Soyuz orbital insertion, the station will be out over northeast China, 2,243 miles ahead of the Soyuz spacecraft.
Well, we've all had insertions that made you feel like you were flying over China, haven't we?
Ground propellant feeds have now been terminated.
Now, that's never a good word to hear on a space flight.
Just under
terminated.
to launch.
Sort of like the last goodbye. They've been using the phrase "last goodbyes" a lot. That's always very worrisome.
They mean they turned the gas off.
Well, I know, but still, sort of subconscious significance and all that kind of stuff.
Well, there's one guy said, "Well, this is the last time I'm going to see my family." You don't say that.
Yeah, just never say "last time." Not a good thing to say.
You say, "I can't wait for my family to see me."
And the booster propellant tank has now been pressurized for flight. Minutes to launch.
They will be Skyping with their families now.
Well, you'd hope. Not if the internet was acting like it was doing this morning.
You what?
Not if it was acting like it was doing this morning for a while.
How's my hair? Look like shit?
No, you're a good YouTuber. Your hair looks fine.
On the transition to auto sequence start and the first umbilical tower separation.
First tower separation. Copy.
25 seconds. The third stage ground power umbilical is separated. Standing by for the issuance of launch command. Engine start.
Oh, I love the way they start so early. Big kerosene fire.
Engine from flight. Copy. Engine successful thrust.
We have liftoff.
Left guys, thank you.
Liftoff of the Soyuz TMA-17M on its way to catch up with the International Space Station 5 hours 43 minutes from now.
By the grace of God. Deo Lente.
Early reports of good first stage performance.
few seconds, first seconds into the flight. Copy.
Soyuz is delivering 930,000 pounds of thrust from the 4 boosters and the single engine. The first stage of the Soyuz measures 68 feet in length, 24 feet in diameter. It's burning liquid fuel for the first 2 minutes 6 seconds of the flight.
Looks like a real starburst there, doesn't it, in that shot?
Already traveling 1,100 miles per hour and transitioning through the area of maximum dynamic pressure on the vehicle.
I love the sirens there in the background. Sort of sounds like a night. Sounds like a night down on the east side of Columbus, doesn't it?
Down there putting out the launch
1
pad.
minute 35 seconds. All continue to go smoothly.
Everything is fine on board.
You gotta love the kerosene
Reload down
engines.
at briefing.
None of that tricky liquid hydrogen shit for the Russians. Just
Standing by for escape tower jettison.
kick the tires and light the fires.
Wait, they're talking about the escape tower jettison.
Well, that's when they're, you know,
The 4 strap-on boosters have been jettisoned.
strap-ons.
Those have completed their job. They've dropped away.
Sounds like a porno movie, doesn't it? You know, have a strap-on
The
booster.
vehicle's now traveling 3,350 miles per hour.
Yes, you know, well, bustier is not.
Stand by for launch shroud jettison.
Shroud. Shroud? You use the word shroud?
Yeah, for jettisoning away from me.
Well, no, I understand that a shroud is usually used in the sense of, you know, covering a corpse.
I know.
60 seconds into the flight.
They're using a lot of the wrong things.
Yeah,
they really ought to.
They really need to find different language, don't they?
Traveling 4,500 miles per hour, approaching 3 minutes into the flight. The single engine with 4 fuel chambers providing between 178 and 222,000 pounds of thrust for the 3 minute 28 seconds time of operation. The stage will
That's an
burn until the
R2-D2
4
toy.
minute 43 second point, so about 1 more minute.
And that's,
That little round trash can.
At that point, the Soyuz
yeah, then
uses
you got
what's
the
called a
American
hot
guy
stage,
going up for the first time over
transition,
there
which
in
the
the
third
far
stage
right
will actually
seat.
ignite while the second stage is still burning.
I love how they do all this stuff out of notebooks instead of
Kjell
off of
Lindgren
a
on his
computer
first
screen.
voyage into space.
Nothing
4
like
minutes
having a
into the
hard
flight.
copy in your hand, is there, really? I wonder if there's, in the event of sudden depressurization, if the little oxygen masks drop down in front of their face like they do on the airplane.
I don't think so. I think they're wearing the oxygen.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah.
That's what that big backpack is.
4 minutes 30 seconds, standing by for burnout of the core booster, which will separate at an altitude of 105 miles. That's about 170 kilometers.
Yes, why don't you just keep saying miles here, since we're, you know, miles. I like the little helper stick the guy uses to punch the buttons.
Separation, the thrusters operated not.
Second stage separation has been confirmed. The Soyuz is now being propelled by the single engine of the third stage, an engine providing 67,000 pounds of thrust, which will burn for the next 4 minutes
That's
of
a
the mission.
serious-ass engine.
There's 3 of them.
All guidance systems still working perfectly.
Ho and ho. How's your guidance systems tonight, Paul?
Fine.
That's good.
Tired.
Well, I imagine so. You said you had to horse all those tables around unnecessarily.
Yeah, 2
Mission
times.
Control Center.
Twice.
The Korolyov site outside Moscow.
That's like give me another hour or so overtime.
Good.
International Space Station and for
Gotta love that overtime.
But I gotta try and cut it off somewhere.
And 50 seconds into the flight, everything is
Oh,
fine.
6 minutes into the mission, 2 minutes 45 seconds remain in powered flight. 3 crew members on their way to a rendezvous and docking with the International Space Station later tonight. Soyuz Commander Oleg Kononenko and Kumiya Yui from the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. Out of view, Kjell Lindgren, U.S. astronaut.
Now look how wadded up this guy is here. See?
8 minutes, 15 seconds.
Now,
into the flight.
it's going to take them. They're going to do a 4-hour, 6-hour trip today, but sometimes it takes them 2 days or 2.5 days. But I was remarking to Paul just now, they can at least at that point get out of these wadded up snot rag positions and go up into the little ball in the front of the Soyuz, you know, and because in reality, I don't think, you know, physiologically, you couldn't really maintain that position for 2 days, 2.5 days. It just really would not be helpful. Although they've gone into orbit now, they've got the weightless.
Something jetted off.
Yeah, the weightless R2-D2 is now floating around, so they're in orbit.
Welcome to space to Oleg Kononenko.
Oh, thank God they're in orbit.
And Kjell Lindgren. A very smooth ride.
But you know, I also got remarking to Paul that
Launch from the Baikonur
this wadded up state like this isn't any worse than it's very similar to sort of economy class on, you know, or cattle class on some U.S. airlines now.
Performs a slight
Well, indeed, probably most airlines.
which occurs by opening a valve in its liquid oxygen tank.
And I bet they don't have to listen to any screaming babies either.
We don't have a seat shed back in their face the whole fucking trip.
Yeah, I can't say that's ever been a real problem for me. I never, you know, that didn't bother me too much. But again, you know, I mean, I guess I was never really abused like some people have been with that. Well, these things can tend to wax long around here, as y'all know. Earlier this afternoon, I was, well, doing this sort of useless stuff I do on the internet, as I do. And the good Liz called me and says, I really need a big favor. I said, well, fine, you know, what? So basically, she wanted me to pump up her
Tires on her tractor.
well, one tire in particular. Well, the big tire in the rear on her lawn tractor, which I've done before. And what she does is she rides the thing over, across the road and down the edge of the road, and comes in and up the driveway. And I get my air compressor out and I pump up her tire. Well, actually, in this case, I got the air compressor out. She pumped up the tire, and she has one. Well, she and Henry have one, and but Henry took their air compressor, up to Cleveland, or the Cleveland area, or the Northeast Ohio area, where he's working on some business matters, because his car, well, he's got this big, nice, is that a Toyota? It's that big black nice SUV type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
And it's got a slow loop.
it's got. How did you guess?
What else would you pack an air compressor
Well,
on
indeed,
a trip with?
indeed it does have a slow leak, and so he went prepared. You know, which, well, anyway, he went prepared. But that left Liz bereft of air pressure in her tire, which also has a slow leak. Now, how many times we pumped? Well, I think this is the first time we've pumped up the rear one. But pretty much a couple of times a year for the last few years, that front tire of hers has had a slow leak. It's been a feature of of repeated.
De-rimmed it. Once.
Yeah, I think she had that.
One of the girls did.
She had that definitively fixed. Now it also turns out that her lawn tractor is stalling out, and it sounds very much like the Cub Cadet, where
we tap the screwdriver to keep it going.
The carburetor float valve was messing up, and so you had to lean forward on this Cub Cadet with a big
foot-long
long-handled screwdriver and beat on the carburetor. But that was when you had everything hanging out in the breeze on the front of the lawnmower. But she's got this, it's a covered thing. It's a John Deere thing. But anyway, so she'll be threshing through with that. The two college guys that generally fix her lawnmower and maintain her lawnmower are out of town.
Oh, big.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have liked to come over and watch these two college guys fix her.
They have a hell of a big trailer and truck. It's amazing.
Have you seen these guys?
Back that rig up
have you seen these guys? Have you seen these guys?
Yeah, when they picked it up to do the spring prep.
I don't know if that's them that did that, or if that's that older guy that does it.
Well, there were two of them in the truck.
There it is. Well, she's. I think the older guy died.
They got like a 16-foot.
No. I understand. No, I think the older guy she used to use died or went into the rest home or something. Life's vicissitudes. So, Paul had to set up a room. It was a meeting room.
Right.
And you thought you'd set it all up really nice and neat.
Right, because it's the same company, and they're coming, they were there Monday, so I had it ready for Monday. Well, I thought I had it ready for tomorrow, but it turned out, no, they didn't want it that way. They wanted it a different.
They wanted round tables.
They wanted different tables.
They wanted round tables rather than the rectangular sort of classroom set up. Yeah. Well, I hate round tables. But you know what they're going to do. You just know what they're going to do. They're going to have one of these
separate little studies.
Yeah, they're going to have break off into small group crap stuff. Yeah.
Little management shit.
Team build this, boys. Team build this.
That's management. Funny part is, this guy from the same company, he was there like a week ago looking for this specific meeting for that specific company. And he was told that this is where it was. Well, he thought it was the day that he showed up. Well, it wasn't. He showed up a week early. So
you're warm.
So
he's warm.
Front desk got on the phone and they're calling around to all the different Hamptons in town.
He's nice.
Trying to find this meeting, and nobody had it going on.
Well, suffice to say, Paul had to redo the room, but instead of the round tables you just shoved two of the longer tables together and
No.
Oh, what?
I put the long tables back and got out all around.
I'm getting a second version of the story here right now.
So they won't be pissed off.
Well, that surprised me when you told it the first way. I thought, well, that seems odd.
Yeah.
Well, because they like that round table dynamic. They've gone out and paid some psychology consultant, like $50,000 to say, oh, you want round tables? Well, no, that's what they do. I know they do that. I've seen it happen.
You want a group session, individual group
I've
sessions
been in
all over the room.
I've been in committees where those kind of bullshit decisions have been taken.
Yeah.
It's and when that happens and you find yourself sitting there, you're saying, what the hell ever happened that brought me to this place at this time? You are soft and warm.
Well, it's like you
I
want...
can't stir up anything, can I? I sure keep
Well,
trying.
thank you.
Go on, what are you going to say?
Oh, there was one guy in there, and he had a classroom thing and that. But I came in and it was weird. He had like 16 tables. Somehow. He had all these extra tables brought out and stuff. He had all different sizes and shapes. I'm like, what did he do last
A
night?
potpourri of tables.
Yeah.
A plethora of tables.
I mean,
A gaggle of tables.
he had all of the classroom tables out. Plus, they even got him the big cafeteria-sized tables out and set them up.
I've helped set that stuff up at church and take it down, and I'm always afraid I'm going to get my hand cut off or my fingers cut off when you fold these things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to drag them across the room
Well-
and slap them against the
Well,
wall.
you're far stronger in that upper body stuff than I am. I'm just plus more coordinated.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just,
that's kind of running out.
it'll all run out on all of us at some point.
Aches and runs me out of breath, I'll tell you.
Let's see. That's about it. I told you about Liz. We talked about this. I guess that's it. We may have to go in and have a little food here at some
So I've
point.
got the room all ready exactly as they asked for tomorrow. So the request has been filled.
I haven't heard anything from my son here since they got back. I guess no news is good news in that sense. And, got an email from the church, and it said Joe can't read on August 9th. Well, Joe being another Joe, where there are two Joes in our congregation, so Joe being another Joe. We have two Joes in the congregation, me and this fella. And when I generally will go to 10:30, and I always go to 10:30 when I read. I'll go to 8 o'clock about 2/3 of the times when I'm not reading, just because it's just easier for me in terms of managing my day. But that got me thinking, when I was in first grade. Now, we had a first grade class of 30 people, and it was half and half. It was a true half and half class, 15 boys, 15 girls. Seven of the 15 boys were named Stephen, either with the S-T-E-V-E-N spelling or the S-T-E-P-H-E-N spelling. I think actually only two of them had the P-H-E-N spelling, which is the proper spelling, by the way. In Greek, it means crown, Stephanos. Not that that means, anything. Here's a dime, and, well, I was going to say get you a cup of coffee. I won't get you anything now. You may as well throw it on the damn ground. Go away. Stop starting to eat me. Anyway, so got this email, can I read for this other guy who's named Joe at the 8 o'clock service? And I said, yeah, sure. And then there was this back and forth confusion between about three other people. Like, Joe this, and, yeah, I'll be glad to read for Joe at 10:30, but, they really meant at 8, and so. In any case, I'm reading for this other Joe at 8 o'clock on August 9th. You know, at the 8 o'clock service. My judge buddy and I are reading at the 9:30 service next Sunday. So, the vicissitudes of life. Anyway, it's fun. Paul went into the hidey hole for a while, but he's back.
Gotta have the Bruce.
And now we will look at the magnificent cathedral of trees. So, all right. Oh, bye-bye, YouTubers.